Hello, I'm Bill McCann, the author and producer of a new play called Boats Against the Current. The play will be produced December 2nd at Temple Adath Israel here in Lexington, Kentucky at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's free and open to the public. Anyone who wishes to can come see it. No admission. We are going to ask for donations afterwards, with all the money to go to the Alzheimer's Association. The reason that the Alzheimer's Association is involved is because the play, Boats Against the Current, is about Alzheimer's and about one family's dealings with the issues of Alzheimer's. What it means to the father to have it, to the mother to be the caregiver and the bearer of a large brunt of the process and the problems dealing with Alzheimer's. And then the individual family members, the daughter-in-law, the two sons who have differing issues with their father. One who desperately wants his father's love and attention and can never seem to get it. And another son who is in the process of getting married and converting to the Jewish faith. This is all about what family is about. It's about the disease, but it's also about how the disease affects people. There's nothing theoretical about this. This is one family's journey through Alzheimer's. And I think it's a very compelling story.
Hi, I'm Tim Solis, and I play Harrison in the play Boats Against the Current that Bill McCann has written. And I play a character who is a former lawyer, and he is in his late 60s, and for several years he's had growing signs of Alzheimer's. And when Bill asked me to read it over, I certainly did, because I've read several of the other plays that Bill has written. And I just was struck by how personal and poignant the play was. It seemed to me as though there was a real familial tension in the play between Harrison, the old Harrison, and the new Harrison. The Harrison who was successful and astute and intellectual and verbal and right razor sharp with his ideas, and the Harrison who has become forgetful, argumentative, questioning, doubtful of himself and of other people. And I found that just to be a very poignant portrait of a man on decline and of a family that had to deal with that kind of tension. There's two sons and his wife, Eleanor, and they are struggling to understand, how do I cope with this? And do we commit him to an institution? When he runs away, he takes off his clothes. How embarrassing that is for him, but also for the family. What is it doing to us? It's ripping the fabric of the family apart. And it also is painfully destroying the integrity of Harrison himself. There's one line that really strikes me as being central. Harrison says at one point to his family, "Why is it that you don't show me any more respect?" Or something along that line, I'm paraphrasing. And to me, it captured that sense of frustration. Why am I not the person I used to be? And why have I become something other than even I recognize now? And, I think all of us have experienced a certain degree of forgetfulness. But when you get to be my age, I'm 63, I'm kind of getting close to Harrison's age, and I'm beginning to realize, okay, now where did I put my car keys? It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so what classes am I teaching today? Did I make a commitment to show up at a certain time, and if so, with whom? And also just a student that I had the year before, I can't remember their name, and her name or his name, I just go blank on it. And I think, my God, I could have, that could be me. in a few years. Harrison. So it struck home. Now, I don't think I have Alzheimer's, certainly, and I don't think I'm senile. I'm still fairly active mentally. But that lingering fear is always with us, or the fear that somebody in our family is going to be struck with this, and then how do we cope with it? Because it's not just the individual, it's the whole family that's affected. Everybody becomes victimized by this disease. And it strikes presidents with Reagan. It strikes some of the people in my field, like Charlton Heston, died of it recently, and it's an equal opportunity destroyer, but it's also an equal opportunity challenge that everybody has to grow to recognize what it's like to lose one's mind. In my field, at least, verbal discourse is important, and certainly as a lawyer, it's important. In many fields, it's important to be able to put words together, to make sense out of it, to communicate to people, to experience that sense of interaction, that I am making myself clear. And when that fades, there's no going back, and it hits you hard. And that's why I think the play is worthwhile doing, worthwhile being in, worthwhile having exposure to the larger community. And that's why I'm doing it.
We're raising money for this project through Indiegogo and also through other methods, but the primary one is Indiegogo. This crowdsourcing campaigning is important to this because it's the only way we're probably going to get this thing done. We need you to contribute, whether it's $5, $25, $100, to help make this play possible. This is a workshop production, which means it's only going to be basically the acting. There's not going to be an emphasis on fancy pyrotechnics. There's nothing, special effects about this play. It's just the acting. That's what a workshop production is. It's an opportunity for the actors, the director, myself to work on a new work and bring it to life for the very first time. So your contributions, which are tax deductible, the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Kentucky and Southern Indiana is our fiscal agent. All the money is going through them. It's strictly a project of the Alzheimer's Association in conjunction with me to make this possible, put this brand new work on the stage for the very first time. We'd like you to participate in it, either by contributing, or if you can't contribute, come to the show. We're also going to be doing a reading of part of this show on November the 28th. November 28th at the University of Kentucky W.T. Young Library Auditorium. There'll be a lunch and learn. Be reading 4 or 5 scenes from the play, and then afterwards someone from the Sanders Brown Center on Aging will be there to answer questions that members of the audience have about dementia, about aging, and the problems that come with both. Thank you.